It was Ben Sherman.
Did you have more people you started working with, or was you like by yourself from the beginning?
When I started Justin H, when I started Justin H, it was just me. I had no customers.
What year was that?
That was 2010.
All right.
Nice.
2010, I had no customers. I started the whole vision in 2009, but they actually geared up in 2010. And when I tell you, I had my first show the day of my birthday. And that show, I had kind of just basically pulled everything out of the hat that was in my head. Was it the best idea? No, it wasn't. Because clothing wasn't practical. You know, it was nothing people could wear every day. But I did have one customer that actually kind of steamed from that. Her name was Minnie Henson. She actually bought something from that whole full collection. And then from that's when customers started coming. You know, they had to see that one person in the area. And I don't care what anybody says. Like people have to see somebody in it in order for them to grab hold to it. You just can't have a brand and think with you wearing it, it's going to be enough. People have to.
Yeah, that's what life. Period. Somebody else got to gravitate to it, and then the rest of us do. You feel me?
Right. So that's what it is.
Like a herd sheep mentality type thing.
Feel like they could rock it better or whatever it is. Right?
Yeah. So I mean, so that's what it was. So no, there was not the clout and the celebrity status that I have now, and the people that I work with now was not who I was working with before. I was a loner. I didn't know what I was doing in this industry. Basically, I knew what I wanted to do, but nobody knew who I was.
Right.
So how did you take that and grow? Pretty much, like, you know what I'm saying? What was the foundations to grow to where you are right now?
Consistency. I had to stay consistent,
That's a fact.
regardless of who was buying my brand, who wasn't buying my brand. The good days, the bad days, you know, I still had a brand to produce. So that's what kept me going. Outside of God, because definitely he was the one.
Absolutely.
But, you know, he instilled for me to stay consistent. So it's the consistency part. People had to consistently see me going, regardless of who was wearing it.
Right. The storms and everything.
Yeah, I had to keep going. That's how people know and recognize that you're in it to win it and that you're not playing games. You know, there's so many people who start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. How serious are you? How serious can people take you? I'll say that.
That's a fact.
And you look at these big brands, and I always study, you know, big brands and things like that, and they go back to, like, we might think they just started doing good. They've been doing this for generations.
Exactly.
So the status of where you are right now, you're gonna hit there, but your grandkids might live on and have that name and be like probably the biggest. We're gonna say not probably. Gonna be the biggest, fashion. The biggest fashion in the world, and it's gonna come from what you started and that seed that you planted, and that's just dope. Do you got your first piece that you ever created? Like,
I still have it. I still have the first dress. And I still have the first blazer.
That's gonna be worth some bread one day. You feel me? Hold on to that.
It's down in my workspace.
Let us find out.
Nobody has it. It's still downstairs in my workspace.
Let me take a picture of that. You know what I'm saying?
You can.
I got to turn it into NFT. You feel me? He's bad. He's bad.